good morning. My name is Madalina Voicu, and we are back live from DevTalks 2023. We are continuing our DevLive interviews, and I'm happy to introduce my next speaker. She is the General Manager at Booking Holdings, Anca Fotache. Hello, Anca.
Hello, and thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for coming. Anca, can you tell us a bit about yourself and how you came to work for Booking Holdings?
Well, it's a nice journey already. I joined Booking Holdings last year in April after almost 20 years in telecom and IT industry in various roles, from people management to project management and portfolio management. When I heard that Booking Holdings plans to open its first center of excellence actually here in Romania, I said this is a great opportunity for me, not only from a professional standpoint, but also because I would like and I love to work for a company who has a very great mission, making easier for people to experience the world. So I think after this tough period, with pandemic and a world which is very close to our borders, wanting to bring, a smile on people's faces, it's something that really motivated me, and I decided to join. And as I told you, it is quite an exciting experience, and I'm really happy that I took this decision.
Oh, thank you, Anka. That sounds really good. I actually wanted to ask you about because I remember that bookings they came to Romania not so long ago, and it was like a big boom. Oh, booking is here, and now I'm wondering what are your expansion plans, or was that it for
No,
Romania?
no, we are very
Not at all,
ambitious.
huh? No?
We are very ambitious. You are right. Booking Holdings decided to open the first center of excellence here in Romania. It is actually a strategic direction of the company to create two talent hubs. And I'm happy to say, as Romanian, that after a complex decisional process, they decided to select Bucharest as the destination for the first one. The second one is in Bangalore. Bucharest was selected due to Bucharest and Romania, was selected due to our value proposition, which means a good balance between great people. And when I say great people, I'm referring to technical skills, multi-language skills, but also, what our internal customers used to call them work ethic, quality of the work, but also other elements which are very important for us, like location itself, proximity versus our, for example, headquarter for Booking.com in Amsterdam, but also internet, speed of internet, digital infrastructure here in Romania, market in itself, and many other important elements, including financial attractiveness.
Oh, okay, that sounds really good. Do you plan on opening any other offices besides
This is a
Bucharest?
good question. Actually, you asked me about expansion, and we have very big ambitions for Booking Holdings Center of Excellence. So, first of all, we would like to increase our capabilities that we have here in Romania. We started with security and fraud teams and IT and user support. But today, I can tell you that we have also application development, we have data analytics, we have technical program management, we have also non-technical areas like procurement or finance operations or legal operations. So we are expanding on the one hand in scope, we are expanding on the other hand in the existing services that we provide. We plan to take into consideration at a certain point in time, because today we are focusing on Bucharest and metropolitan area, but as we know we have good talent in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. This is, let's say, to be considered also in the future. And plan of let's say an expansion plan is also to increase the maturity of the services that we offer out of the Bucharest.
That sounds very good for the Romanian
We
industry,
have many
and for
interesting
us
things
who,
to do.
yeah. talking about interesting stuff to do. Can you share with us some insights in some cool projects that you are developing at Pavillion?
Sure. First of all, please allow me to tell you a few words about what are the strategic priorities for us as a company, so for Booking Holdings and its portfolio of brands. You probably heard about our vision, the connected trip. So one of the main priorities is actually progressing when it comes to the connected trip, in the sense that to enable our customers to receive a more personal and simple experience, travel experience, and to remove the frictions, let's say, from the entire journey. And this, of course, is also enabled by technology, not only artificial intelligence, but also technology in general, because at the end of the day, we are a big technology company. Um, Another priority for us, of course, is to grow in key markets for us like US, but also we have this goal, to bring long-term value to our stakeholders, being customers, being employees, or being the organization overall, but also to bring value back to the society, back to the community. So sustainability is also very important for us, and we want to make it easier for our travelers and for our partners, to make decisions when it comes to sustainable travel. Well, with this big picture in mind, I'm very happy to say that the Bucharest Center of Excellence is very well positioned because we are a multi-brand entity. We are serving Booking Holdings and its big portfolio of brands, and we have the opportunity to work from here, from Bucharest, and to be involved in many strategic and transformation projects. I'm also very happy to tell you that in Bucharest we were happy to be, let's say, like pioneers and to implement for the first time different initiatives, including the first center of excellence, but also the first multi-brand office, and also, let's say, more operational initiatives like the first 24 by 7 security operations center. And as I mentioned, our plans to bring value back to the community. There is one project which is actually very dear to our hearts. We will be launching this project very soon. We would like, to contribute to bring our contribution to the talent that we have here in Romania and to our community here by starting with a pilot. It is an initiative which has the main objective to enable other people to work in an industry like ours, particularly in security. And we have two main directions. One is related to, for individuals whose jobs are now obsolete because let's say they are not needed anymore, and they may have challenges in reintegrating in the active workforce. And the other focus area is to enable women to increase gender diversity. We have already a very high gender diversity. However, we notice that there are some domains where females are not enough represented. So, with these two main objectives, we partnered together with the local association in order to organize some training, some workshops, and also coaching, and to help people to develop these skills later on to be able to find a job in our industry. So this is a small step that what we really want to contribute to Romania.
Maybe a small step, but I would say a very important one. And I think it's really cool because, in my opinion, I don't see enough companies doing this kind of stuff. Because
Well,
it's hard to try to upskill or reskill and retrain people. But I think it's totally worth doing it. So kudos to you
definitely, this
for
is part
trying.
of our mission here as well.
And it also points to the fact that you're here to stay, investing in the people.
We are
So
here
that's
to
also
grow and definitely to stay.
Woo, really nice. Thank you, Anka. I have two more questions for you. They're more like work life around.
Okay.
So tell us, how was the transition from working from fully at home to coming back to the office?
This is a good question because coming out of the pandemic, Booking Holdings, decided to embrace this hybrid working model, and somehow this is also rooted in listening to our people, but also in our culture, which is very focused on flexibility and it's very people-centric culture. Now, I think in general, we need to consider the fact that the world around us is very fluid, and this affects as well the nature of work. And that's why thinking about how we should enable the workplace and how we should enable the workforce, to adapt to this context, to this fluid context where things are not as standard as they used to be in the past, it's a duty of any company, including us. Going back to what we are doing here in Booking Holdings Romania, we align to the overall company strategy regarding the hybrid workplace. But I want to mention the fact that this should be a very intentional approach, because when you design a strategy regarding hybrid that should work for a company, you need first to see what is working for a company. There are not two similar companies. You need to understand. You need to understand what is good for people as individuals, but also collectively as team. You need to find a way to enable the hybrid model through technology, because otherwise can be very complicated. And we are also lucky to say that we have a state-of-the-art office, and this is very important because it was designed from the very beginning to support the hybrid model. We have many collaborative spaces, but also we have spaces where you can focus. We have also many meeting rooms, because you should assume that part of the team is on site, the other part is not on site. And actually, we implemented this model when people can come on average 2 days per week in the office and 3 days per week they are working from home. But there is a lot of flexibility, and the decisions are also taken at the team level.
Thank you, Anka. This is very interesting. I think a lot of companies are still trying to see what works best. Still, because this flexibility thing, it's very flexible. The definition of flexibility is flexible.
I
So
think it's really important to focus on this important element, and also to keep the dialogue open with people. So we are happy to say that based on the engagement surveys we are running, the majority of the people are very happy with the arrangement. So almost 90%, 90 is actually the score for, very close to 90 is the score related to working environment and the hybrid model. However, things may evolve in time. It's very important to be able to adapt, to be able to
yes.
understand what is needed for your company, but also for your employees, in order to make the best out of it.
Thank you, Anka. I have one last question. So, if someone wants to work in your company, what strength is most important to have?
Well, this is a very good question. And I will start by saying that we have a truly people centric culture, which values diversity and inclusion, and which actually encourages people to be who they are. So we don't have, like standard things. We do like to have diversity and to bring people with different experiences in our company. That's why we have 20,000 people, and we have people from 140 nationalities, so
Yeah,
it's
it's
amazing the
complex.
diversity. Exactly. Um, However, coming back to your question, we also want to bring the best people in our company. And of course, domain expertise is very important. What is very important is cultural fit, to be flexible, to be open minded, to have this desire to explore, to innovate, to find new things, to not be afraid to fail, because this is also a way to move towards innovation. And what I can tell you is that we offer them not only a very competitive package, financial and non-financial, but we offer also to them this possibility to succeed together and to build together a great place to work and to fulfill a very generous mission, as I mentioned to you.
Thank you so much, Anca. It was a pleasure having you. These were all my questions. I thank you again, and I wish you enjoy the rest of the day. And I'll see you around
Thank you.
here.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you.
It was our pleasure.